So, hello everyone. Welcome to Backseat Fashion. So, I'm Suzanne Boyd. This is Derick Chetty. Something about us, we've worked together for a super long time in the fashion arena, and neither of us drive. So, we're usually in the back of cars, limos, taxis, going to events, and we have nothing better to do but talk about fashion incessantly. So, we've elevated our experience today because we are in the office at Zoomer Magazine. And we've decided to make it a little more fancy because we're talking about the Oscars and the red carpet. So what did you think, Derick?
I felt like there were a ton of people that did very unexpected things. Things such as the men. The men, first of all, I really felt, and we've seen this going forward with the past couple of shows, like award shows, the men were truly coming into being stars.
Well, fashion.
In the past.
Yeah, I mean, and
in the past, all they had was a tuxedo. And that's all they did.
Right.
You know, maybe they might have wore a white dinner jacket, but this, you know, they're moving into velvets, they're moving into color. I mean, Jason Momoa in that pale pink Karl Lagerfeld tuxedo.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Jason Momoa, Aquaman, a hulking Hawaiian, was in the softest of colors. He also had a pink matching scrunchie on his wrist for his long surfer-like hair, which is what I like about him. And also Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther himself, was in this unbelievable Givenchy couture jacket, very embellished, and it had a cape off the back. And you never see men being that extravagant with fashion, unless of course we're talking about Billy Porter, the star of Pose, a 50-year-old man who showed up in a Christian Siriano gown.
Exactly. And I thought for him to do that, like, it worked for him, and I love the fact that he took the skirt off because it was a giant, voluminous skirt, and he got into trousers to do his hosting duties on the red carpet, because wearing a big skirt ball gown like that, of course, you know, would have sort of not played too well with the stars. And he himself said it, you know, throughout his hosting duties on the red carpet. He goes, "This is not about me," you know, because everyone was complimenting him.
Well, it was about him. It was about the skirt that ate the red carpet alive. And what I really liked about that move is that, you know, he's from a show called Pose, which is about the drag culture in New York City and voguing and in the 80s. And, you know, we're now in an age of gender fluidity and fashion fluidity. And what I liked is he didn't do it as if he was in drag or costume-like. He did it the way like Amy Poehler and women have worn men's tuxedos and tails for, you know, eons, starting with Greta Garbo, Marlene Dietrich, Josephine Baker in the 30s and 40s, and now we have women like Amy Poehler last night wearing a tux, or Aquafina wearing the D-squared sort of tuxedo, and he wore it the way a woman would wear a tux. He didn't make it a costume, it felt very real, and to him, and I think it was a real breakthrough moment for fashion.
So what were some of your beefs with the evening in terms of the red carpet?
You see, I never really truly have a beef, because when people ask me to be critical of the red carpet or the fashion on the red carpet, my caveat is always, it's some of the most beautiful people the world has ever seen, in some of the most beautiful clothes the world has ever produced, being worked on by the most amazing
made for them, like
team.
fitted on them,
made for them. So it's never really bad. I mean, we can quibble. My quibble is that not everyone is a fashionista. Some people are just want to look appropriate and they need to feel comfortable. They don't have to make the big fashion statement that doesn't really suit them. On the other hand, you had someone like Charlize Theron, who's just, you know, a body built for fashion, an attitude built for fashion, wearing Dior couture. It was a daring dress, very demure from the front, backless in the back. I mean, the back was very low. It was a very daring back. And I think that took a lot of guts, because there's not a lot of control garments you can put under that. But what I liked about it, she committed to an entire look, head to toe. You tell a story with these clothes, you're telling a story on the red carpet, and she was telling a story from head to toe, which I liked. I also think a big standout of the night was Lady Gaga. It was that Tiffany diamond. It's worth $30 million. And today it was the diamond not worn in public since Audrey Hepburn did it for Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Only 3 people wore it.
And there's been 3 settings. And I think when she came on the red carpet in that really dark, heavy, molded Alexander McQueen dress with the gloves, it was so pared down and simple, except for the dramatic silhouette. But I mean, it was the diamond. It was all about the diamond. So I thought that was fantastic.
It was almost as if the dress was just a blank canvas for the diamond.
Last night he showed up in all purple, and he said it was a tribute to Prince. And he was, because Prince in BlacKkKlansman, which he was nominated for and finally won his first Oscar, that wasn't an honorary award. I mean, he looked great. He was color coordinated, his glasses matched his hat, matched his suit, and then he was wearing gold Air Jordans for the occasion. And when he jumped into Samuel L. Jackson's arms on stage, you really saw the socks, the patterned socks, the gold shoes. I mean, everything was such a great moment. And I think the fashion, how he looked, really added to that moment.
Olivia Colman in that beautiful green Prada dress, which was made for her, and I loved it because it was very unusual, like the wrap, you know, came across her chest, but then it flowed like a train.
But you know, I felt bad for Glenn Close because I feel that Glenn Close was the favorite, no pun intended, going in.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was dressed to win. I mean, she was that gold dress Meryl Streep wore the year she won, and it's like, I'm here to collect that little gold man.
If ever there was someone dressed like that last night, it was her.
And I think she was the best dressed on the red carpet because it was the sense of occasion. It really suited her. It was regal. It showed her position in the pecking order. And the only thing, you know, it was the Hollywood MacGuffin moment where she didn't end up winning. But she was one of my best dressed for sure. Let's have some Backseat Fashion best dress fashion hits, quick hits.
J-Lo, one of my best dress.
Tom Ford disco ball dress.
Yes, it was classic J-Lo. It was form-fitting. She's got the body for it. I mean, she just looked like one of those Oscar statuettes, you know, but it did suit her. She was the person to wear that dress.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. I thought what was great about it, there was no nakedness because we've seen a lot of her lately, and yes, she can do it, but this looked really pulled together and refined. I was just a little disappointed she didn't go further with the hair. I mean, she looks stunning. She's always perfection, but I thought if she had gone with some 70s sort of Raquel Welch sort of bouffant, it would have had a little more drama. And she does give the drama, not usually at the Oscars, so I get it. It's a little more formal.
Ingela Bassett in that Schiaparelli pink color, but the dress was from Reem Acra. I thought the color was spectacular. The big, dramatic one shoulder puff was like beautiful, the slit.
I mean, Ingela Bassett, 6 years old, body, killer body, great hair and makeup. I thought the dress, I've seen her in better dresses. I thought a better version of that dress was Regina King. In the beautiful white Oscar de la Renta, the molding on that dress, the slit, the fit, I thought, and the way it popped off her skin tone, I thought, again, she looked like a winner and she won. In Search of the Little Gold Man in a white dress. Perfection.
Yeah. She was perfect. Helen Mirren?
Yeah. I mean, what? Yes, I mean, yes. The swirly. I loved what you said that she and Jason Momoa could both wear the color pink when they came out together to present. Millennial pink, mature lady pink, surfer pink. It all looks good. I mean, she always looks good. Again, it was an okay dress.
Well, who had the fashion fireworks for you last night?
Cicely Tyson, 93 years old. As always, I mean. She always brings drama. She had the hat, the face netting, the tiered dress. I mean, it was classic glamour without looking like cliched old Hollywood. And so she was a real winner to me at 93. I mean, come on, it's just...
Exactly, yeah.
One of my favorite Elie Saab dresses in a long time. It was modern, it was metallic, it fit her like a glove, and it had that regal sort of vibe to it. Perfection.
It was perfection.
Yes.
Bette Midler?
She looked great. She was wearing custom Marc Jacobs, which was a runway look. And you know, being a New Yorker, he's a New York designer. So he made that dress for her, and she looked stunning. I think it was beautiful on her. It was. It had a youthful vibe without it feeling young. And the color was great. It looked great under the lights, looked great on camera.
And one person who stepped away from the gown thing, Amy Poehler, in that incredible tuxedo.
Yeah, Alberta Ferretti tux on Amy Poehler. And you notice that she came out with Tina Fey and Maya Rudolph, you know, SNL vets, but she was the only one who didn't change for the after party because she wasn't in a trussed up in a gown. And so she could wear that all through the night. She looked really, really good, really badass. I thought one of the best looks of the night.
Yeah, and the fit of it was like perfect.
Yeah, it's perfection. Yeah, Italian fashion, can't go wrong.
And having it custom made for you.
Can't go wrong.